What's going on, everybody? Bryce here with an air gun review. Here today we have the Remington 1911 RAC CO2 powered blowback pistol. This is an amazing handgun here. It is all metal. Everything on this gun is metal except these handguards here. They're not metal, they're plastic. However, these screws here, these two here, do come undone, so I'm sure that you can take them out and replace them with custom and or hand made ones for the real steel, which is a really nice feature. So the gun itself, all metal, metal slide, feels like it's steel, possibly some lightweight aluminum, really nice, lower receiver, really nice, solid magazine. Solid metal too. The only difference, the only thing is it's plastic up here in this top part. If you can see that up in there. That's okay though. Everything else is metal. As you can see, it's a little bit worn, mostly just because of putting it in and out, shooting it, but that's alright. So yeah, everything is metal. Really solid metal internals here. The nice thing about this is when it is empty, the slide does stay back. You can see here, and it does lock back. And this is one of the cool features I like about this gun, is you can see through it. You can see straight down and through there, which is a really nice feature. I don't know if you can see that. Real nice feature. So you can go ahead and check and see if you have any rounds in there, which is nice. Real nice way to clear it and stuff. Not enough light in here, but you can see that in there. Trigger assembly. Really nice. The trigger feels solid. Doesn't feel like it's wobbly or there's room to move. It's really nice. Beaver tail safety here. That is functional. And the slide catch is in fact functional. So when it's there, you can go ahead and that sounds great, I have to say. I do like that noise. I've been shooting it a little bit, and I have noticed there is a little bit of wobble. I'm not sure if you can really see that or not. There is a little bit of wobble, the slide to the lower receiver, and I think that's mostly just the gun being worn in a little bit. Things I would note to watch out for with that, if you notice here on the slide catch, it's not catching by a whole hell of a lot. Right there. Not catching by a whole hell of a lot. I think that's mostly because the slide is lifting up a little bit. That's okay. Like I said, functional slide cap, functional beaver tail safety. That works. Everything is really crisp. I feel like that's a good way to describe this weapon here, is crisp. When you shoot it, which I'll have a little bit later on in the video, solid action, really strong recoil, which is a really nice feature because it is CO2. Get a lot of power out of it. Blowback is really nice. Just the whole sound of the weapon is crisp. The feel of it is crisp. It feels as though if you were to go to the range with a real steel one of these and you were to shoot 2 and 2, I feel like you'd be confident enough to say that the action in the feel would be equivalent to the two of them. I feel as though if you had like a nice solid 1911 real steel, just as crisp as the This is the one thing I do not like about this gun. There is this giant warning label, giant caution, and, you know, before using blah a bunch of bullshit that I don't like that's on here. And as you can see, it takes up that side of the slide. On this side, of course, Remington's got to get their space in. Down here, BB caliber 4.5mm does have a serial number on it, which is kind of neat. The German marking, that's kind of cool. Flip it back over. Made in Taiwan's right there, of course. However, I feel as though if you wanted to, you could wet sand this paint off, and this is not deep in there at all. This is painted on. I don't know if you can see that real good. It's painted on, not engraved. It's not something that you could sand off. Then again, I'm sure that would be voiding every single warranty, but then again, who the hell gives a shit? Because you're not even going to be using it. Like I said, everything on here is metal. This is metal. Metal. Plastic with metal screws. Like, literally, even the screws in here are the same steel as this, which is wonderful. As you can see, flip it over, you look at here, the beaver tail safety. Just right up in here, you can see a little bit of wearing. That's mostly just from picking it up, and you can see that action right there. Over here, at the tip of the slide at the muzzle, you can see here a little bit of wear, and I don't know if you can see it very good on the video, but right over here, there's some wear too. That's just from the slide moving, it's natural. A lot of people mention this right here, which is the wearing of the slide catch slot. However, the metal that this gun is made out of is really, really, really solid. So it's not really, it's definitely not wearing as much. It looks a lot worse in the video than it really is. Down here on the trigger, there's not a whole hell of a lot of wear, and as you can see, there's a little bit of movement, but it's solid. It really is solid. Safety over here. The safety on this gun does not work unless the hammer is cocked. Then it engages. Again, functional beaver tail. The hammer does not exactly line up perfectly, so there's a lot of wear on it. However, that's alright. That's just from it moving, and as you can see, there's a little bit of wear around it, but for the most part, it is good. It's got a nice clean sound. Oh, yeah, there's the beaver tail safety. Hello. There it is. Overall, really, really nice. So, go ahead and rack it real quick there. Another little bit of wear and tear right along here. You can see that's just from natural sliding and stuff. All metal. This is all steel. Everything in there steel, which is wonderful. It feels like you could drop this gun on concrete, pick it up, and you'd have a minor paint scratch. However, that'd be good. And this is what I was talking about earlier with the slide moving. You can see that it moves a little bit. However, the stuff in this gun is supposed to move. It's loose, as you can see that. It's supposed to move a little bit. If it didn't move whatsoever, it would grind itself down. So that little bit of looseness, in my opinion, helps it out. And as you can see clear through, which is wonderful. You can look down. You can't see it very good here, but you can look down, down and through the barrel, check everything. Sights on this gun, I mean, they're just kind of rudimentary, simple. So, but I mean, this is modeled after the original older model, like the World War II service issue pistol. So it doesn't have the bells and whistles of, say, you know, a brand new Colt Competition in 1911. So, with that said, that's the gun. Let's go ahead and take a look at this magazine here. Again, all metal, this and that. It's got the space in here for the CO2 cartridge. This here CO2 release feels really, really sturdy. Doesn't feel like anything is going to be going wrong right there, which is wonderful. As you can see, the sliding and stuff. This stuff is all just from sliding it in and out. It has a very, very, very good fitting slide well. And I'll show you that here. You can just hear that going in and out. It fits perfect. There's no moving whatsoever in there. It feels like it fits in perfect. The magazine does weigh a lot. You can feel the gun weigh a lot more. You can feel it weigh a lot more once it's in there. And again, you know, one of the best things about owning one of these is this noise. It's just wonderful. Let's be honest. It's just wonderful. So, that's the overall look at the gun. I love this gun. This is my favorite gun to date so far. As I said, so far. That usually changes. We're going to go ahead and show a couple shooting videos. And again, that's for all of you who are enjoying the realism of these guns, such as the blowback and the action. So we're going to go ahead and get into that now. Okay, so we just went over the specific specifications of this here specific weapon. Now I'd like to give you a couple of firing shots just so you can see what it looks like when it's being fired. So I have a Daisy CO2 capsule in here. The magazine is empty. I just checked the weapon. There's nothing inside of it. Just cleared it out prior to the starting this video. So I'm just gonna give a couple of quick firing shots holding down the slide catch, just so you can see what it looks like. Really strong recoil. If you can actually see my arm here, you can feel it all the way up through your shoulder. If you're standing in a tactical position here, you can feel that recoil. Another thing I'd like to show you is, just go ahead and, weapon's good. You do not need to rack the weapon in order to shoot it. So say I just put a full magazine in there, I can go ahead, cock it back, and it'll shoot, and it will actually fire perfectly fine. And once the magazine is empty, the slide does stay back just like the real steel, and I'll show you that now. Now holding down the slide release, it stays empty. Go ahead, put a fresh magazine in there, chamber another round, and you're good to go. So all in all, I love this weapon. Fully functional, safety and everything right there. That's wonderful. Trigger no longer works. Safety comes off. You're ready to go.